Welcome to Language Theory, a channel introduction. Here we have the table of contents. Let me get my laser pointer up. There we go. We're going to get into our purpose statement, a message to you, our listeners, methodology, disclaimers for the channel, and a good question. What are your goals? It helps define the direction of the channel moving forward. And additionally, and lastly, our homework. Okay, so the purpose statement is, the purpose of this channel is to help me explore worldwide etymology and linguistics and to become a polyglot, that is somebody who speaks multiple languages. First subpoint, I learn by teaching. Since I learn well by teaching, sharing notes, and humbly listening to the input of others, such as yourselves, I aim to share my findings and learn from others on this channel. The second subpoint, the internet is forever. So content uploaded to the internet is likely to outlast my lifetime and lifespan, so others may continue to learn and benefit from the collaborative language learning effort provided by this channel. In other words, as much as I may hope to learn in my lifetime, one day I won't be here no more, but hopefully the joint efforts we put together in this channel will be there for others long after I'm alive. So it will continue to not just benefit me in my lifetime, but just automatically benefit others. Easy enough, right? The final subpoint of the purpose statement is you may meet your soulmate. Hopefully people of the world may become better connected with each other as a direct and indirect result of this channel. So hopefully by this community, you'll be able to pick up more capabilities to communicate with more people around the world. You may find yourself traveling to places you never would have before, all because of this channel. And just a law of probability, you may be more likely to meet somebody you'll be happy you have met because of, again, either directly or indirectly being benefited from the efforts of this channel. Cheers to our efforts. That's right, it's not just me, but you. Together, we will achieve many great things. So take a moment to applaud yourself, have a nice, responsible consumption of a beverage of some kind, and let us proceed forth together. Methodology. The methodology of this channel is, first, we're going to learn about all the major language families. There are a few families of the many thousands of languages currently spoken. We're going to go about learning these. The first one that we will endeavor to learn about is the PIE language, P-I-E, the Proto-Indo-European language. The Proto-Indo-European language, which is the core, main, mega root language of so many languages all over Europe, all over Russia, all over India, and many, many places far and in between. Many video playlists will be created dedicated to each language family, individual language, and various other topics that emerge from our research. Playlists will help us categorize and easily retrieve stored information. This video series will start out on YouTube, but we may upload content to other platforms as well. So I try not to restrict the language of these slides to YouTube alone, but YouTube currently has a playlist feature. But mainly any feature will help us categorize information such as playlists or anything like that, that will help us separate data that we collect and share with one another. Other researchers may be invited to take part in and eventually one day take over this channel to help ensure the operational continuity of this research endeavor. So essentially, it won't just be me or a few people working with me today, but hopefully other people, experts, will be brought in to pitch in, contribute, and maybe, just maybe, one day take over things from here moving forward. Again, cheers to our efforts. Disclaimers. Oh boy. You're invited to partake in this video platform's social media community. By doing so, you agree and consent to all the terms of service, TOS community guidelines. That's whatever platform this appears on. If this is on YouTube, you agree to abide by the TOS of YouTube at the time. If you're on another platform and you see this video uploaded, same thing goes for there, etc. Please be respectful and remember to treat people online as you would treat them in person. We may call this netiquette, which is internet etiquette. I may be referencing netiquette from time and again in the comments section, for example. This channel has the authority to block, remove, or otherwise ignore comments, emails, and any other form of communication. Just because we communicate with some people doesn't necessarily mean anything if we happen to not communicate with others, for example. Now, this channel aims to credit sources where credit is due. However, information communicated in comments, emails, and/or any other form of communication by a channel audience member is considered public information. So if you say, for example, comment on a video, you're making that public information. And this channel is not obligated to credit such information. So if you say I like grilled cheese sandwiches in a comment, and one day you see this channel produce a video about grilled cheese sandwiches and happens to make money off of it, it doesn't mean we took the idea from you and that you're owed money. I'm just saying. You'd be surprised that this has to be said. Audience members are not privileged to receive credit or monetary compensation earned from this channel. Again, I want to have an active community of people communicating with each other. But if you happen to see a video uploaded and you think you may have inspired that video, you can't just claim compensation for that video. That's in the disclaimer section of this slide of this video. This list is not intended to serve as a comprehensive list of disclaimers. So just because some things are not stated here doesn't mean that it doesn't adhere to, say, common sense. All participants in this channel are expected to identify, possess, and utilize common sense. So I hope this makes sense. We want to have a good time, fun time, but sometimes, unfortunately, we have to lay out these rules. Kind of makes sense to most people, but some people take advantage of a good thing and make it a bad thing for, unfortunately, so many. Let's have a good time together moving forward. What are your goals? Learn a new language to get a new job or promotion? Travel? Is it for homeland security? Do you want to learn to actually speak to your in-laws who may not speak your language? Would you like to help solve a humanitarian crisis? Do you want to teach students to better take care of themselves in this world? And maybe that means in part to learn more languages. Is there some other goal that you may have? What are your goals? It's important to know and identify and lay out because it's hard. It takes a lot of time and effort to learn language, not just your own, but a new one, and vice versa. Sometimes it's just hard enough to learn and study our own language, but many people, for this reason, give up. So it's important to remind yourself, why am I doing this now? Why am I curious to start learning a new language now? And I want to tell you, don't just limit yourself to one. If you're learning one, chances are you can learn more than just one, because many languages are so similar to each other, you may as well knock them all out all at once. So I'm just curious, how many languages do you know? Like, seriously, how did you learn these languages? Were you brought up with more than one language in your household? As a kid growing up, did you marry into a new language? Did you move to a new region that speaks a new language to you? Of all the people you ever met, what were the most languages that they could speak? Maybe you speak the most languages of anybody you know. How many languages is that? Is that like a dozen? I just want to know. And I want to know how these people do it. I have an idea. I have an idea about how I want to go about it. I'm going to be sharing that freely with you, but it helps me to know how these other polyglots pull it off. Thank you.